So, as I was talking about panoramas, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about them. And I think I deleted a slide by mistake. In any case, when you find yourself in a position that you think is good, then you take multiple photos, and then when you import them into Lightroom, you select all those photos and you go photo merge and panorama, and then you got these different projections. So you've got perspective, cylindrical, spherical, so you can click and see which one works the best. You can do auto crop, or you can disable auto crop. You can do auto settings, meaning it's going to color grade it automatically. That's really up to you. You can do a boundary warp. So, for example, if you forgot to shoot some parts and there's white bits around, then you can click the boundary warp, and then it opens up your photo and closes out the edges that might have been forgotten. So those are tricks. And then once you've imported that, you find yourself with a beautiful panorama. And that photo is a masterpiece in itself. But what's the great thing is that you can now make variants of this. And so this, for example, will be maybe 100 megapixel, because you got like so many photos, and that means that it's a very, very high quality picture, and that means you can make different crops. And I'm going to give you an example. So I did a left crop, so I got more of the ocean, and here the boat coming in. I did a vertical crop, and then I did a right crop. So from one photo, one panorama, I can make multiple photos. So that's also something really interesting. Just 1 second, I just heard
It's me, Paul. I raised my hand.
Go for it.
When you shoot for the parent for that, do you shoot on the drone? You use the panorama, or you just shoot different angles of the area?
I don't use the automatic panorama function.
Okay.
Reason being is that I'm not really in control. It kind of shoots kind of a little bit everywhere, and you're not really sure what you're going to get. So I prefer doing it myself, and I'm like, okay, shoot one here, one there, like so, because sometimes it tilts down and it doesn't get the sky, you know. And the great thing with the Mavics now, you know, like you couldn't do with the Phantoms, you can actually tilt your gimbal up to the sky, so you can get a lot of sky as well.
So you usually get you take a picture and you see the next part, and you take another picture, and then you do it like that.
Yeah, yeah. And what you do when you're looking at your screen, you try to find a point, and you need to overlay that. So you kind of shoot one, and then you can kind of halfway you shoot the other one. It's best to get more photos than less. It must also must be very careful not to miss out one, because for example, that photo that I just showed you now, I actually forgot to shoot one part, and it was all white. So then I needed to Photoshop it. I brought it into Photoshop, and I corrected all the sky. So just not forget that. But yeah, so you kind of do let's say 4 of the sky and of the horizon, then you could tilt down another 4, and then you tilt down, and then another 4. What you must be careful. What you must be careful with panoramas is that if you're too close to your subject, then it's going to look really warped. You know, that like those planet-shaped thing. So you mustn't be too close to your subject, because if you're too close, it warps it. So you go back a little bit, and you do that shot, and then you can kind of crop in, and then it won't look so distorted.
Got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, Paul, if you don't mind, can I chime in here? I mean, usually a good rule of thumb is a 50% overlap. You can get by with less, but if you got 50% overlap from one to the next, then you should be good to go.
That's correct.
Oh.
And the thing is that you must also be careful, because if you kind of take too many photos and then you import it into Lightroom, then it's much heavier to actually process. So so yeah, it's just as you said, it's with experience that you see how much you have, but a good overlap is always good.